one season, the one from 2001, I just graduated college. I just came from graduation to Creed for the summer. We were doing a show where we were singing like a benefit concert, and I was singing songs and acting in this benefit concert. And there's an alumni from Creed named Mandy Patinkin, who, I mean, most people know he's a Broadway legend. He, he's in The Princess Bride, You Killed My Father, Prepare to Die, that guy. But most people know who he is, and, obviously Criminal Minds. And anyway, he attended this show, and he walked out at that time, the entire actors would stand outside and at the greeting line, and he walked through and he said, young man, he goes, you got something, or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I had watched him growing up. Broadway was really kind of my dream because I grew up singing so much. And anyway, the next day, there's a note on the board where people could call and leave notes for you because you didn't have cell phones. And it said Adam, and I opened it, and it said, call Mandy. There was a phone number of his house in town. He had kept a house there in this small little town. And he said they were asking him to do Man of La Mancha on Broadway, and he wanted to sing through the music and wondered if I would sing Sancho Panza from that musical with him. And I got all the music from my high school musical theater guy, and they faxed it to me, and I was up all night learning the music. And the next day, it was Mandy and I in somebody's house with a piano, actually doing the show. We weren't just singing, we were in it, man. And it was just one of the most formative experiences I've ever had. A couple months later, he left. I met his family. We all became friends. He left a couple months later. He calls and says, I got you an audition for the revival of Into the Woods on Broadway. I'm going to fly you out. I'm going to put you up in my place in New York. And I actually auditioned for the role of Jack, got close to getting the offstage cover, and it would have launched me into New York with a job. Didn't work, ended up panning out, but he did get me my first commercial agent. And I'll just say the confidence that he gave me at that time when I just graduated and I didn't know what I was going to do, the confidence of that guy saying, hey, you got something and I believe in you, and doing things for me. It did fill me with this I do have a responsibility to myself to develop this, to do something here, to go and make something of myself. So that's for sure. Yeah.
Have you seen him since?
Oh yeah, we get together. I texted him recently when I was in Creed, and he stayed like a mentor to me. He's really been a mentor all these years. Really just put me under his wing. When I was living in New York too. It was wild. I got to his place, and we had already known each other, and we'd sang together and stuff. And he it's early in the morning. I landed, and he goes, "Here, you're staying in this room. I'm going back to bed." And I go lay in the room, and I just lay down on his son's bed, and I look up, and in a glass case is the sword that he used from Princess Bride. And I was just 21 years old, just wow. Wow, I'm in New York, I'm auditioning for a Broadway show, I'm under the sword from Princess Bride. It just was